Hey, this is Ted, a member of the 47% sitting on the front porch of my mobile home. On election day, what the hell's going to happen? Beats me. Not going there. Going somewhere else. Ain't the subject today. I saw an article on Truthdig today. It was written, I don't know, yesterday or something. It's called We the People and the New American Civil War. Well, it's not really talking about the kind of stupid things that some people say. He's not talking about the fact that we're going to go to war, we're going to have a civil war tomorrow, we're going to have people in the streets, and blah, 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 blah. No, what he's talking about is that we have a civil war going on within our society between family members and between friends and between people on the job and all the places where we used to have relationships in spite of what we all believed. That we don't have relationships anymore, that we are ripping ourselves apart. And, you know, maybe I'm fortunate to not have, you know, people and groups to be a part of that ugly, hateful thing. It's just, you know, Ted on the front porch, you know, because, you know, I've always tried to care for people, whoever they are, whatever they think. People don't do that anymore. Robert Reich wrote this article, and he talks about how people are hostile to each other now, how that families are being torn apart, and that people hate each other now because of their views. And I read another article today about people who have actually blown their head off over this election. They're so confused. They're so befuddled, and they're so upset that they see no future history. Bees are still, yellow jackets still flying around here. They just couldn't stand the thought of tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be ugly, people. It is. But leave me alone. There's no reason to blow your head off about it. But what he says, he concludes. He says, I mean, he has a good article, and then he just kind of falls flat, splat, with a piss poor conclusion. He says, so we come to the end of a bitter election feeling as if we're two nations rather than one. The challenge, not only for us, or not only for our president and representatives in Washington, but for all of us, is to rediscover the public good. And that's the thing that I wanted to say today. There's no such thing anymore as a public good, because the people on the one side and the people on the other side have such opposing views of what public good means. They have such opposing views of what citizenship means, and of what being patriotic means, that there is no way, you know, to bring them together. It's kind of like in history, you know, I talked to the thing about it. The Germans and the Japanese, they were on the same side long enough to fight the war. You know, they were part of the Axis. Italy was a joke. But they were also totally and completely opposed in their own ideology. They would have gone to war, and somebody would have come out on top if the Allies hadn't won the war. There's no question about it. There would have been a third world war between those two, or an extended second world war. I don't know what you would have called it. It would have been horrible. But that would have happened. That would have happened. There's no question in my mind at all, or any historian's got any sense, because they were so opposed. And in this country, that's the same way people are. You know, they're on one side or the other. They're part of the religious right, rich wackos, or they're part of the left, and they don't have any way to come together. They can't compromise. They can't. They won't. So the answer to what's going to happen tomorrow is that it's going to be a struggle one way or the other, and somebody's going to come out on top. And somebody's going to come out on bottom, and somebody's going to be oppressed, and somebody's going to be the oppressor. That's what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, and next year. It's not going to be what either one of the presidents have said, bringing the people together. Nope, ain't going to happen. It's going to be bringing whoever wins a coalition together to squash the other side. It's that simple. And the other side is actually not the other side you think it is. You know, it's not the right or the left, but it's the poor and the rich. Because it doesn't matter which one of these guys get in, it's just a level of degree. It's just a level of balance, you know, whether we're tipped just slightly left or slightly right on the home front. But our foreign policy and our national policy and our homeland security insanity is going to continue. And the threads that tie our society together are going to pull apart. And in the end, we're going to have, not 1984. See, that's the thing that people are confused about. They think we're going to have 1984. They think we're headed for a that's the Alex Jones thing. You know, we're headed for a totalitarian state, the New World Order, you know, where people are going to be oppressed. They don't want that. Why the hell would they want that? You know, in 1984, the government ran everything. The government fed everybody. And it was all government. You know, it was all Big Brother. Why the hell would they want that? They're not going to get rich that way. Shit, no. The corporation wants the government to help them turn this country into a corporate state where everybody is a consumer. Where everybody has to have the latest TV and the latest car and the latest whatever, and spend their last fucking dime after they scrape enough to pay for their rent and their housing and their, you know, gas and all that stuff. They want them to earn enough, just enough to keep this consumer society going so their pockets can get bigger. Trust me on this, people. I am predicting this as the future. There is going to be oppression, and there is going to be Big Brother, and there is going to be a lot more video cameras and a lot more oppressive police and a lot less opportunity to protest. But that's not so that the government can clamp down and create 1984. It's so that the goddamn corporations can control us and make damn sure we stay what we are. They want to eliminate the idea of freedom and democracy, because that is contradictory to consumerism. Blatant, ugly, bold consumerism. Trust me, I know what's going to happen. I got a vision. Ooh, I got a vision. Yeah, I can see it written on the walls. Yeah, in bathroom stalls. Well, maybe not, but you know, it's all about profit, people. It's all about power. It's a power grab, and the power comes from money. And money does not come from controlling everybody down to the last little bit. That eliminates money. Money comes from controlling people enough to funnel them right down into your local Walmart. And down to the mall and buying all this stupid shit that we buy. Being a consumer. And fuck tomorrow. It doesn't matter tomorrow. Tomorrow doesn't matter because the guy's getting rich going to be dead tomorrow. So what do they care if the planet's fucked up? What do they care? Their kids will be rich. Their kids will be able to live in a little bubble. Their generations of rich will have the little bubble, and they'll stand up there in the top of their ivory towers with their little bubble and their little generators, and they'll watch the poor suffer, and they won't give a damn. So what's going to happen today? Nothing. Somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to lose. It's going to go through the courts. Who the fuck knows? But for us, it's gone to shit. It's just fucking gone to shit because there's no such thing as public good. Because you, sheep, people, ain't got enough sense to learn what history is about, what's going on in the world, and all of that stuff. Yeah, I'm such an optimist today, ain't I? It's not. Have a nice day. All right.